momentum and how to create it. Understanding momentum and where it comes from and how to create it is one of the foundations of pole and certainly the foundation for spinning. Now, when we are leading with our lead arm nice and high, we want that shoulder back and down. Your inside leg is going to open up to face the pole. You want the knee and toe facing the pole, and you're on your toes so you can pivot and turn. That outside leg is going to come out to the side, and your body weight is going to be hanging away from the pole. If you think of the circular space around the pole, that's what you're trying to create the momentum in. And so you want that body weight hanging out and away. We want to resist that urge to kind of come in close and hug. As you are spinning around, your body weight is getting pulled away, and that's going to keep you off the pole, that kind of outward pull. That's what you're trying to gain with momentum and power. So if we just kind of look at the foundations for spinning, you're going to bring that outside arm across, a little bend in this knee. First thing I want you to feel is just the tipping around. So this outside leg is going to draw a circle around the pole. It's going to foot replace that inside leg. No jumping, no leaping, you're just tipping, feeling how your body weight pulls around, foot replace, and that step back. So once you're comfortable with that, tipping into it and just kind of letting your body circle around the pole, then you're going to add a little bit of power. And that's going to come from that outside leg. So we're going to give a little bit more of a purpose to that step around and foot replace. And if you think of dancers and ice skaters, that big out to in that powers and speeds them up, that's kind of what we're going for here. So shoulder back and down, inside leg, knee and toe facing the pole. Again, you're on your tippy toe. This time the outside leg is going to give a powerful swing and plant to foot replace. Again, keeping the distance, letting your body weight hang off the pole. Outside leg, swing and plant, step back. So you feel that power. Your butt is sitting back, circling around the pole. In slow motion, that's going to look like this. I give that big swing, that out to in, I dip down, toes touch, and pop off. That's going to give me that power. So again, I can start the tip, but then I'm going to give that big purposeful swing and hook. Tip, swing and plant, and step back. Okay? So that power that you're creating is going to push you into your spin. Certainly walking into it gives us a second part of momentum. So as I'm walking around, I'm kind of, psyching myself up to go for that. Then that outside leg is going to go that big out to in, and that's going to speed me up. And that's going to come into play as we truly get into our spins. So if we look at your fireman spin, your basic beginner level spin, and a lot of the spins are outside leg spins. So they're going to come from this big outside leg coming in to hook the pole. And that's what we're going to look at with creating that momentum and power. If we just take a spin from standing and we don't tip into it and we don't swing that leg around, you're just going to get that kind of crash and hang. Even if we're here and we tip into it, a lot of times what happens is that we just kind of stop that momentum. So we want to create that power, keep the big distance between us and the pole, really sitting your butt back, letting the weight of our butt pull us into the spin. So if we look at that fireman spin, outside leg, heel hook, as we tip around that out to in, it's going to hook the pole, tipping into it, going into our spin. So where is the momentum coming from in this one? Again, no jumping, no leaping. It is that tip, and then it's that out to in into the hook. And as you're going into that, that's going to power you in, all right? So I'm out here, shoulder back and down. I start to tip, outside leg and arm come in and hook, other legs coming up, and that's going to create that spin and the power and the momentum. So if I walk into it, I'm walking around, outside leg and arm, out, pull it in, hook, and you should feel that body pulling away from the pole as you're going around. So if you are jumping or leaping as you get into it, that's going to create that stop because you bang back into the pole. There is maybe a slight push off the inside leg as you get into it. So as I'm hooking, I could give a little push off with that, but you just don't want that to be the main part of momentum. And if you push too hard, it's going to create more of a bang and jump. So I typically let that leg just kind of drag behind me and use all the power in that outside leg to create it. So again, if I walk around that outside leg and arm, I'm going to go out, in and hook, and into the spin. All right, so creating power and momentum. Understanding that is very important in any foundations for spinning. Even if you don't walk into it and you start a spin from a stationary position, you still are going to start with that tip, and then you're going to pull everything in. So it's that out to in that's going to speed you up. Walking just gives you that extra little umph. So again, if I'm here, fireman spin, I can tip, hook. All right, so I created that out to in that's going to speed me up. No need to jump, no need to leap, none of that. You're just letting your body weight pull you around, and that's what you want to really get comfortable with in your spins in order to create more power and momentum as you get into harder spins. So more off the pole, no leg contact kind of spins, you're going to need to have a good understanding of where that momentum comes from. Hopefully that helps. Let me know if you have any questions.